Hello students, myself Navdeep Patel. Today we are going to start the next topic, multiple covalent bond. In previous video we have discussed, this is the part third. Okay, in previous video we were discussing about the covalent bond, formation of covalent bond. Now today we will discuss about the multiple covalent bond. That means how can multiple bond will be formed. Okay, we take some examples. If one electron shared between the two atoms, then single covalent bond will be formed. If two electrons are shared between two atoms, then dual covalent bond. If three electron sharing is held between two atoms, then triple bond will be formed. Here example first, single covalent bond. Single covalent bond. Okay, it is represented by single dash. It is represented by single dash between two atoms. Okay, take some examples. Then is one electron sharing. One electron sharing. Okay, students, like H2 molecule. Like H2 molecule. In hydrogen molecule, there are two hydrogen atoms. First one here, first one here. You know very well how many electrons present in the outermost shell of hydrogen. You know this is only one, because atomic number of hydrogen is 1. So that is why only one electron present in the outermost shell. So both hydrogen form the duplet, because this hydrogen want two electron accept or share, one electron get stable. In this case, same here, one electron shared between two hydrogens, like this. This is the hydrogen electron, this is the hydrogen. This hydrogen shared this electron, and second hydrogen shared this electrons. So here hydrogen and hydrogen will form the single covalent bond. Okay, single covalent. It is represented by single dash. Okay, students. Now take other example like chlorine molecule, Cl2 molecule. In chlorine atom molecule, here two atoms. If this is first chlorine and second chlorine, you know very well how many electrons present in the valence shell of chlorine. If you don't know about how can you get the valence electron, so the electronic configuration of atom, you know what is the atomic number of chlorine? 17. So show the electronic configuration: 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5. Okay. So look here. This is the K cell. This is the L cell. This is N cell. So how many electrons in the outermost cell? Outermost cell means that means the last cell. This is also known as the valence cell. Okay. So here 7 electrons. So 7 electrons. Symbolize here 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 6 and 7. Here this chlorine 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So you know every atom wants 8 electrons in their octets. So how many electron remains to accept electron or release electron to get converted into the stable condition? You know here 7 electrons. If one electron achieve or one electron get from the another atom, this chlorine get stabilized. Okay, so one electron shared between two chlorine, because one electron required for this chlorine and one electron required here. Okay, so one electron sharing between this chlorine. Suppose this shared this electron and this second chlorine shared this electron. So here chlorine can single bonding. Now next, dual covalent bond. Now next, dual covalent bond. In formation of dual covalent bond, two electrons sharing should be there. Okay, double covalent bond. Like suppose I take any example like oxygen molecule. In oxygen molecule there are two oxygen atoms, and you know very well how many electrons present in the valence shell of oxygen? 6 electrons. This is the valence shell of oxygen, and these are the 6 electrons. Okay, 2 to 4 to 6. And how can you get the valence electron? This is the atomic number of oxygen according to the electronic configuration: 1s2, 2s2, 2p, 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. This is the L cell, and last valence cell there are 4 plus 2, 6 electrons there. Okay. Now in this case, for this oxygen also here 6 electrons there. 2, 4, 4, 6. So how many electrons required to complete the octet? 2 electrons, because here 6. Okay, so 2 electron sharing should be there like this, like this. So oxygen molecule form dual covalent bond. One electron here, one electron here. So dual 2 electron sharing, so double bond. Is that clear? Now next, triple covalent bond. Triple covalent bond. Okay, like one example. 9 molecule. If 3 electrons are shared between two atoms, then triple covalent bond will be formed. In case of triple covalent bond, here like this nitrogen and this nitrogen and this nitrogen. Each nitrogen contains 5 electrons in their valence shell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How can you get the valence electrons? According to the electronic configuration, nitrogen has the 7 atomic number. Nitrogen has 7 atomic number according to the electronic configuration: 1s2, 2s2, 2p, 3, 2, 2, 4, 4, 3, 7. Okay, so this is the valence shell. So how many electrons? 3 plus 2, and 5 electrons. 2, 2, 4, 4, 1, 5. Okay, for this nitrogen, how many electrons? 5 electrons. So this one, and this one, and this one, and here this one. Okay, now right here 3 electrons in a pair like this, because sharing is going on. So 3 electrons shared between the 2 nitrogen atoms. So like this nitrogen, this bond is called triple covalent bond. Okay, okay students. Now there are conditions for the formation of covalent bond. How many conditions for the formation of covalent bond? Okay, that means when covalent bond is formed between two atoms, so there are how many conditions why they form the covalent bond? These are the conditions. First one is high ionization potential or high ionization energy or high ionization enthalpy. That means each atom have the high ionization potential. Suppose the covalent bond between hydrogen and chlorine. So you know the ionization potential of hydrogen is greater than the chlorine. Ionization potential of hydrogen is greater than the chlorine. So that is why they form the covalent bond. Okay students, you know very well what is the ionization potential. If you don't know, so I am going to explain what is the ionization potential or energy. That means the energy required to release one electron from the isolated gaseous atom. This energy is known as the ionization energy. Okay. Now, equal nuclear charge, equal electron affinities. You know what is the electron affinities? When one electron enter the any atom, that means the outermost cell atom, the energy is released from the atom. This energy is known as the electron affinity. Energy released when an electron added in atom, the energy is released is called the electron affinity. If the two elements have the equal electron affinity, like chlorine molecules, both chlorine form the covalent bond because of they have similar or equal electron affinities. That is why they form the covalent bond. Okay, now next, electronegativity. You know, in previous video also where we have discussed about the electronegativity. That means for the formation of covalent bond, difference between the electronegativity difference between two atoms should be high, and if electronegativity difference is greater, then the covalent bond will be formed. Okay students, now number of valence electron. If they are odd electrons like 5, 6, 7, if this number of electrons present in the outermost shell, then the covalent bond will be formed. This is the condition. Okay students, that means if 5, 6, 7 electrons are present in the outermost shell of atoms, then the covalent bond will be formed. This is the condition. Okay, now high nuclear charge and internuclear distance. That means when two atoms form the covalent bond, then electron density will be concentrated. If electron density concentrated, then the nuclear charge will be high. So this is the condition, that when two atoms share their electrons, then electron density concentrated between them. In result, high nuclear charge will, that means the nuclear charge will be increased. So this is the most important condition. The nuclear charge will be high for the formation of covalent bond, and internuclear distance will be short for the formation of covalent bond. These are the conditions of the forming of the covalent bond. In next video we will meet by the new topic.